Are you a bowler that just shops by color and you love the color green? Well, I know I like my IQ Emerald, but this video is gonna be about the Equinox Solid, a ball that's absolutely gonna hook based off the numbers. And I mean, look at this thing. It's gonna hook a lot. You're gonna wanna watch this video. All right, everyone, John Streckman here from Pro Approach Bowling. We have the Equinox Solid here today, and one of the other high-end ASIM balls, the Ion Max. This is an extremely popular ball. Tons of bowlers using the Ion Max at tournaments, leagues, and otherwise. And based off the research I've done, I wanted to compare it to the Ion Max, and that's gonna be the Equinox Solid. So I loved my Equinox. I don't have it here today, but the Equinox Solid I know is going to stand toe-to-toe with this Ion Max. Check out the numbers. You can go to proapproachbowling.com, see a lot of the information about these balls right now on the website. So I'm gonna take a quick look here and see that it's a really high flaring ball. It's strong, higher differential. So it's still gonna be a lower RG ball at 2.48, but a higher differential number is gonna get that ball to really create a nice motion down lane. So looking at a high-end ASIM ball like this, you're gonna want a ball that's clean but responsive. And the cover stocks, I'm sure, gonna be very versatile too. We can put different finishing compounds like the Power Edge finish on there. And I'm just really excited about this ball because it's gonna fit in that gap between something that's super high-end and like the Phase 2. And I don't have that right now to compare, but what I'm gonna take a look at is how do I fit this ASIM ball in that gap where it's not the highest in my bag, but it's not the lowest or in the middle either. So super excited with the Equinox Solid. We're gonna take a look out on the lanes here now, and let's go bowl up a storm. Almost forgot, went back into Spectre, our Pro Shop layout system here at Pro Approach Bowling, and I laid this out 40 by 4 by 30. I've already bowled a week with League with it, bowled pretty well, had some really nice games out the box, and that 40 by 4 by 30 is a stronger layout. For me, it's gonna get the pin right near that ring finger. It just so happens with my positive axis point being 4.5 over and a ½ inch up. If you guys wanna see more content about all that fancy stuff, dual angle, 2LS, and just any of that layout type stuff, just comment below, let us know, and love to make some video content about that. Now let's go bowl. All right, bowlers, we're out here at Rio Lanes now. I got myself the Storm Max thumb tape, the fast version. I'm gonna get this ball really fast off my hand. What I'm gonna do here is just put it right on my thumb, place it right on the nail, pull on back, smooth that out. You're ready to bowl, have a nice smooth release. All right, everyone, John Streckman here again for Pro Approach Bowling. We've got the Equinox Solid right here at Rio Lanes. It's gonna be a strong ball, right? The numbers tell us that. The layout I put on it is going to make this ball hook. It's going to probably be a really smooth ball that I can use on a variety of conditions, but hopefully on some heavier oil. I'm bowling on leftover house shot from yesterday, so we'll see how this ball performs. Jeff, turn the lane on. Let's do this. As you guys can see from that first shot there, the ball got out to the right and it hooked a little bit earlier. It was a strong ball and again on leftover house from yesterday. So I'm going to move my angles a little further in, get the ball to have a longer skid phase, get down the lane, and hopefully be right in the class. All right, we're going to move a little bit more. Okay, so I got that ball in a little bit. As you can see, it wasn't as far out to the right. I kind of held it tighter to the head pin, and I left it tended. So I still want to get that nice round shape. You're not that far in, kind of open up my ankle a little bit. Oh, that was cool. So, better reaction there. I got a strike with the Equinox Solid. Really smooth reaction there. Let's see if we can get really high in that pocket. All right, nice strong reaction there. Another strike with the Equinox Solid. So my first impression here is this ball, as I've said already, is strong and it's going to be really smooth. So I want to play a little further left with this one on what I'm bowling on right now. I'd probably want to be actually bowling with this ball in a heavier oil condition at like a tournament or a PBA event. But for right now, for me, it's going to force me a little further left as I am trying to hook it quite a bit if I can. So Equinox Solid is going to force me a little left, but if you're someone that doesn't hook the ball a lot, maybe play a little further right with this one and let it really walk into the pot. That one read a little bit more. Like you saw in the previous shot, I got the 4-pin out, and that time hooked a little bit too much. But we're gonna leave shots in there like that because I want you guys to see actual ball motion. So I'm gonna actually do now a little bit of a move, a 2-in-1. I'm gonna throw one more shot with the Equinox Solid, and then we're gonna throw the Ion Max, which has been a fan favorite of Storm for this season. Stay tuned, we're gonna throw the Ion Max right after the show. That's good ball motion. Let's take a look at the Ion Max. All right, guys, I'm going to use the Vice IT interchangeable thumb. I'm going to go right into that Ion Max, make sure it nice and clicks. We're ready to bowl. So let's try that same spot. So I want to make that a spot further to the right. Let's try that again. Okay, you guys see how that one picked up a little bit sooner? And what I mean by that is it's trying to get into the hook phase earlier. So that ball, the Ion Max, is a hook a little bit more than the Equinox Solid, which is a cleaner, more responsive cover down. Ion Max sooner, Equinox Solid later. I should. So what do y'all think? Do you like the pink and purple ball or do you like the green and black ball? Comment below and let me know. Would you prefer the Ion Max or the Equinox Solid face-off color low? So as you guys can see from that shot, I played a tighter line. I didn't get it out to its freshness early. So it held line a little bit tighter. Got a pretty cool strike. All right, last shot with the Ion. Ooh, 10 straight back. Let's get a couple more with the Equinox Solid, and then we'll head back into the bowling store for the final event. Oh, missed right. Let's try again. So I got that one even further right, but because my angle was so steep, I got it further down the lane. One more shot. All right, that was more like it. Now let's go back into the store and we'll talk a little bit more about Equinox Solid. All right, here we are with the Equinox Solid. We just finished bowling. Really smooth and continuous ball, right, guys? So we were able to see that it was a little bit earlier, still had a really nice shape down the lane. It is a solid cover stock, so it's gonna give you that solid, smooth shape anyway. And with that stronger layout I put on 40 by 4 by 30, it's gonna make it really strong too. So I was able to move left, a little smoother down the lane. So if you're looking for smooth, you want a green ball that hooks, you're gonna wanna get the Equinox Solid. All you gotta do, proapproachbowling.com to order, or just come down to Cal Bowl, Del Rio, Bowlium, or Oak Tree Lanes, and we'd love to help you. We'll see you all out on the lane.